Our next speaker is Mark Harland. He's the Chief Executive of the Sovereign Draw, one of the great methods that we use to raise money for UKIP and all the things that we need to do in electioneering. So Mark will tell us more. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I'm slightly earlier on the programme than originally planned, so it's just as well I came downstairs. Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Once again, it's my pleasure and privilege to present an update, a progress report on the Sovereign Draw, UKIP's very own lottery. Now, I hope you've already seen the back page of our excellent conference programme, in which we have highlighted the achievements to date of the Sovereign Draw, which is now in its 5th year, believe it or not. So what I'm going to do now is go into a little bit more detail and tell you a bit more about what we've said on the back. Now, raising the necessary funds to function has always been a major problem for any political party. More so for us in UKIP, who don't have the backing of the establishment's deep pockets, nor the partisan donations from big unions. But you know what? That is what makes us different, and long may that continue. Now, launched over 4 years ago at the 2012 Spring Conference in Skegness, which seems a lifetime away from me, the Sovereign Draw Lottery has to date now raised £100,000 and donated it to UKIP. Now, thank you. Now, it's not just the head office accounts that receive that money. 65 individual branches have now received donations towards their funds. And I look forward to the day when every branch in the country receives a substantial donation from the Sovereign Draw, one that grows annually as the draw itself captures the imagination, not just of us members of UKIP, but of the 17.5 million people who voted leave at the referendum. But you know me by now, or at least many of you do. I'm still not happy. The Sovereign Draw has the capacity and the potential to raise this sum every year. In fact, truth be told, it can do this every month. The necessary administration is already in place to achieve just that end. And yes, whilst it's true that the lottery's costs will rise as it grows, but as a percentage of the take, so to speak, they would reduce exponentially. It just adds up to more and more money for UKIP. Now, I just mentioned a couple of minutes ago those 17.5 million people who voted leave. They are all potential players of the Sovereign Draw, if only they knew about it. So how do we reach those people, the vast majority of whom are not members? Well, I'm pleased to tell you that we are starting to turn our attention and work towards that. For example, we have now advertised on Guido Fawkes' website for many months, and I know many of you have come and spoken to me about that. Within the next few days, the Sovereign Draw will have its own Facebook page as we explore ways of expanding the Sovereign Draw beyond our current membership. Now, can I just ask you, how many of you are on Facebook? Can you stick your hands up, please? Well, that's pretty good. So I'm telling you now that within a week or so, you will see Sovereign Draw on Facebook. And who knows what might happen after that. Now, we've also reduced the minimum stake at which you can play the Sovereign Draw to £3 per calendar month. So to make it even easier to play, you can now enroll online via sovereigndraw.co.uk. Fortunately, for the Luddites, and I include myself amongst them, you can still file a paper application form and pop it in the post. In July, we also commenced a rollover cash prize, which can lead to a top prize of £2,000 before it must be won. And I know that this will appeal to those of you who like money as much as gold. And speaking of gold, we now have 125 winners of gold sovereigns from all 4 constituent parts of the United Kingdom. And last week, a lady phoned me up who was a winner a few months ago, and she said, "Hello, Mark, I forgot to ask you, if I win it again, do I have to give it back?" I said, "No, you don't. Certainly not." So that then begs the question, does lightning strike twice? Well, yes, you bet it does. 5 players have won it twice, 1 3 times, and a gentleman in Stratford-on-Avon has won it 4 times. So I'd just like to know what his secret is, because he obviously has the Midas touch. Now, as I've said to you before on many occasions, I'm willing to visit any part of the UK, and I do mean any part of the UK, to promote the sovereign draw. I'm happy to come and give a talk to any branch anywhere in the country, as long as I can get it in my diary at reasonable notice. Now, I'm here at conference for the rest of the day, so please come and talk to me and my fellow director, Liz Phillips, because we don't have a monopoly on good ideas. We want your ideas too. Now, I have a confession to make. As a Sovereign Draws promoter, I am the only person in the whole world who is legally barred from playing it. But I love playing lotteries. So I'm going to let you into a secret. I play the Conservative Party lottery. Now, I do this for two reasons. First, it helps to keep me up to date with what they're doing with their own lottery, and I can tell you they're not doing very much. Although it does earn them a lot of money, and so will ours too one day. And secondly, I want to win it. I can just see the story in the Daily Mirror now, can't you? UKIP lottery promoter wins Conservative lottery. Donates half to UKIP. And spends the rest on wine, women and song. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say to you in summary that this has been very, very hard work for the last 4.5 years. But most lotteries do take at least 5 years or more to mature. That might surprise you, but it is true. What we have achieved so far is just the beginning, I do assure you. Just watch the sovereign draw grow and grow until one day, it finances the whole of the party so that every branch, as well as head office, receives substantial annual donations. To that end, I need everyone's help, from the leader, the NEC, and all the 1,000+ branch officers from all over the country. It's quite simple. The more people that play the sovereign draw, the more money we can donate to UKIP. And I want to leave you with one final thought. If just 1% of those people who voted leave played the sovereign draw, we would be able to donate £500,000 every month to the party. That is food for thought. And on that happy and expectational note, I will say thank you for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you very much, and we look forward to hearing